Executive Council, mayors, executive mayors, and speakers of municipalities. Specifically, allow me, Deputy Speaker, to mention the Honorable Speaker, Mayor of the District, Mayor Ndakumbani, the Mayor of the Executive Mayor of Machabe, and Mbevu Kalipa, also the Speaker of Machabe, who also happens to be the Salga President, Ubabu Charles Tofile. Let me take this opportunity to recognize all members that are here, especially the leaders of the National Executive Committee of the ANC, Ubabu Pesane, Usbongile Pesane, who happens to be the NEC member, the NWC member, and also our leader, the office presidency. The leaders that are here, Ubabu Toki, Ubabu Reed, and all others, the leader, Women's League Okoyo, coordinator, Umamun Nolita Ndungane, Maibuye, Dingafa Kangabizanga, Umaibuye. Ndibulise futhi the leader, yenkokheli ezakudala, those who dared the apartheid at the time, and now Sithi Ubaba Upizana Ngesi, o leader, abekudala bevalelwe ngexesha detainees, political detainees. All of you, ladies and gentlemen, leaders of civil society organization, faith-based organization, business community, Ubabu Dai Bosch and others, ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Speaker, it is my singular honor that I have been granted this opportunity to present my first budget vote speech as Free State Premier. I present this budget vote owed by the confidence of our people that they have demonstrated to us that we can serve them at this level of government. This year marks exactly 33 years since the release of Nelson Mandela, the founding father of our democracy. Nelson Mandela emerged from prison after 25 years in jail to remind us of the African spirit of Ubuntu. The 27th of April this year marked the 29th anniversary of South Africa's democratic elections. We are inspired by the mandate given to us by our voters to transform our society, this unjust society, and overcome all obstacles and achieve the vision of a united, free, non-racial, non-sexist, and prosperous free state in which the human of every citizen is upheld. Honorable Speaker, this budget vote is an important event after the State of the Province address, where we take the people of our province into confidence about how we plan to utilize public resources pursuant to our mandate of building a better life for all. It gives us an opportunity to outline our planned priorities for the year ahead and solicit the blessings of the Free State community in whose interest our government is enjoined to act. The book of Proverbs chapter 11 verse 14 says, and I quote, "Where there is no guidance, a people falls, but in an abundance of counselors there is safety," unquote. This biblical injunction reminds us all that we must always seek counsel from the people whose electoral support put us into these positions of responsibility that we hold in government today. By far, this injunction coincides exactly with the old Sotho adage, "Ntjapedi ha e hlolwe ke sebata." Honorable Speaker, with your permission, I would like to dedicate this budget vote to the memory of the late Sipho Motsi from Kutlwano, and also to many men and women, sons and daughters of this province, who actually did, as I said, the apartheid and responded to the call by the then President Oliver Tambo to make South Africa ungovernable. Amadela for the Young Lions. Mr. Mutsi, or Comrade Mutsi, was brutally assaulted by the apartheid police at the age of 17 years, as a result of which he suffered brain damage, which took his life later on the 5th of May 1985. He belonged to the courageous, selfless, and bullet-betting generation who made the ultimate sacrifice for us to enjoy the freedoms that made it possible for this gathering to be here as we are sitting today. The ANC and indeed the people of our province appreciate the role he played towards the realization of a free South Africa, wherein all forms of oppressions are a distant memory. I would also like to summon the undying spirit of the former Premier Beatrice Marshoff, the former Education MEC Tate Mahwe, the former Mayor Ngangelizwe Sebenzile, all who passed on March and April respectively this year. We have no doubt that their love for the people of our province will guide our efforts towards realizing a truly prosperous province. The birth of democracy signaled the end of one era and the beginning of another. The ravages of racism and exclusion were fading. This was the moment of reawakening, and the tide of history was turning. As the evil that was apartheid was crumbling, our story of courage was unfolding. We set ourselves on a path of democracy based on constitutionalism and equality. Nearly 3 decades later, these daring commitments still remain dear to our democratic journey. Today, we are a democracy founded on the values and principle of equality, human rights, non-racialism, and non-sexism. These are the values we ought to live by and tirelessly defend. Today is better than yesterday, and tomorrow will certainly be better than today. Our people have access to running water, electricity, dignified housing, free education, and access to professional jobs, which were previously a preserve of the few. And we acknowledge that there are mistakes, there are challenges that we must deal with, and we must deal with these effectively and make sure that we give our people, all of them, these benefits. Despite these successes, the road ahead is still filled with challenges. Unemployment, poverty, and inequality continue to mar our achievements. Yesterday, the mayors, the 2 mayors, the district mayor, as well as the executive mayor of the municipality, the chief whip, and members of the executive council of the province met with international students who are unemployed. And whilst we wanted to really engage with all these issues, what disturbed us mostly was that we had a hall full of young people with skills and armed with all knowledge, but they were unemployed. We need to change this. We need to change this situation in the province, and all of us must actually be working in our sleep and making sure that we do everything in our power to turn this situation around. And of course, we cannot lie to any of these young people and tell them that we will appoint them all. We will not do that, but we will actually create an environment that is conducive for them to realize their best lives. And this is what we're going to do as a province. And I will outline later some of the issues that we would like to do to really create a situation that is conducive for growth, for development, and for these young ones to realize their potential. The other group that we met was the creative arts people, the sector. And they articulated clearly what they've gone through, what they are going through, and their sufferings. And we made a commitment to have a summit that will deal with these issues and start a process that will see this creative sector realizing its full potential in the province. As a country, we cannot ignore the quality of our creative arts, the quality of what God has given to many of our children and many of our young people. We must use that to also open doors for other opportunities in terms of development. If you kill creative arts, you destroy innovation, and this province needs innovative processes to solve some of the challenges that we have. Like episodes in our historic moment, we will never allow challenges to define our circumstances or extinguish our ability to dream. Instead, they should inspire us to imagine our province anew. Banabesu, we have gone lower, we have gone bad, we have done things that are wrong, we have gone, the province has seen the West. And this is the only chance that is there for us, is to go up. The only opportunity we have now. We can't go beyond what we have. We can't go lower than what we are now. The only opportunity that is there for us as the province is to rise, and this phoenix will rise. This province will become the heartbeat of South Africa, and this province will demonstrate that it was a sleeping giant and that it needed to be awoken for South Africa to realize its full potential. This is the province that borders 6 other provinces plus Lesotho. And we've got to do everything to ensure that this province gives life to South Africa. From the banks of the Orange and Vaal rivers, the majestic Drakensberg mountain range, and the silence of the Karib plains, ours is a mandate to deliver and deliver now. Honorable Deputy Speaker, on focusing on what we need to deliver, when we deliver and how we deliver, is a strategic leadership function of the Office of the Premier. This office is the nerve center of the province, of the provincial government, and without the center, things will fall apart. So the center must and will hold. The Office of the Premier has a mandate of directing the integrated planning, coordination, governance, implementation, monitoring, and evaluation for the Free State provincial government. The performance of this function locates service delivery right in the Office of the Premier. It is only when the center is unwavering, purposeful, value-driven, and visionary that it will lead the province towards good governance and improved service delivery. And in this regard, we are required to reinvent the future, and this is something we cannot give on. We will ensure that we deliver on this challenge. We need to challenge the status quo. We need to change. We need to embrace novelty and promote experimentation. We need to throw away the box that impedes our thinking and dwarfs our march towards innovation. This is how we will move mountains and circumvent conformity with old ways. We need to reimagine the Free State as the artery and spine of the South African economy. For far too long, we have been preoccupied with competing with the other provinces. This ignores our role to harness the specific location benefit as well as the economic opportunities in various spheres of the economy. As we reimagine the Free State, we are bound to deliver shared and inclusive growth across districts which are poised for growth and development because of our strategic location. The Free State offers South Africa a unique selling value proposition. The Free State shares borders, as I said, with 6 other provinces and the Mountain Kingdom of Lesotho. 5 major national highways intersect the centrally located province which is also well served by rail and air links. The Orange and Vaal rivers define the southern, western, and northern borders of the Free State. The entry is South Africa's busiest road, and the highway junction truck stop at the entrance to Harrismith claims to be Africa's biggest. More than 1,500 vehicles pass through every day. This country's two great highways pass through the province. The entry links the ports of Richards Bay and Durban with the industrial heartland, and the N1 provides north-south connectivity. 3 other national highways intersect the province, which is also well served by rail and air links. The Free State produces significant proportions of South Africa's wheat, 30%, sunflowers 45%, and maize 45%. Links to the west, Kimberley and Namibia, and east, Lesotho, underpin the planning behind the N8 corridor concept, which covers Bloemfontein, Botshabelo, and Thabong. Our districts are not only diverse, but each boasts a veritable host of unique economic opportunities. Firstly, Dabi is an important agricultural production area, plus also our manufacturing, and we will be announcing very soon the development of one of the biggest innovation that is to come in South Africa, working with the government of Gauteng. We will make that announcement when the time arrives. The Lejwe-Leputswa district boasts goldfields and agriculture potential, and now, ladies and gentlemen, we are here. We must not make a mistake we did with the gold that we have and many others. With the discovery of helium and gas in this area, we must change this area. It must become the gas hub and helium hub of South Africa. Mangaung Metropolitan Municipality is the trade and administrative hub of the province. Thabong district is an unrivaled tourism destination. Harib district boasts farming and many other opportunities we will be announcing very soon, working with other countries. Most districts now offer exceptional possibilities for mining, with different mineral deposits being discovered daily. Another area that must never escape our sight is opportunities that could flow from revitalization of old mining towns in the province. I'm sorry. Honorable Speaker, the last time it was the Deputy Speaker. Democracy can only thrive when we are effective, transparent, and accountable to the people. After all, we serve at the behest of the people. We are guardians of their dreams and messengers of their voices and their hopes. Ensuring effective and efficient government, seamless government and resource allocation and management is the function of Program 1. In overseeing the performance of the provincial government, the Director General will drive integrated planning, coordination, implementation, and monitoring of government projects and programs. Beyond ensuring functional and coherent government delivery machinery, this role includes serving as Secretary to the Executive Council. This responsibility appreciates the value of mutually reinforcing policy objectives and desired outcomes between the 3 spheres of government as a precondition for successful integrated service delivery. Moving forward, we will improve efforts to enhance institutional relationships to create synergy built on integration, coordination, and partnership. This will lessen policy incompatibilities and fragmentation. Engagement with structures such as the President's Coordinating Council, Premier's Coordinating Forum, and Forum of South African Director General, and medium for policy dialogue, knowledge sharing, and collaboration in support of our priorities will be regularized. External structures will also be engaged to serve as a bridge between government and the public in enhancing a common vision and action. This requires the provision of effective technical, administrative, and advisory support to the Premier and the Executive Council. to effectively execute this function, more attention will be given to the measures that ensures increased flexibility, are results-orientated, and improve service quality through the use, of new technologies. The medium-term strategy framework priorities and Executive Council Mahota resolutions will continue to shape every aspect of the work of our clusters to drive integrated alignment and implementation. This year, our clusters will be revisited to mirror government structural arrangement and priorities. Focus will be on the functionality to foster integrated planning and accountability between the three spheres. Honorable Speaker, the corruption that characterized many years of state capture sought to reverse the gains we have made as a province. It overshadowed our capacity to do good and created a spiritual, moral, and ethical dilemma for our people. Re a tseba le hore fandaga ho nona le case yane e dilang ka dintho tsa di-asbestos, and we will make sure that justice for batho bano le tjhelete e sa sebediswang ka tsela e tlamehile e sebediswe ka teng. Justice ya prevaila ya phethahala. Tsena ke diphephetso tseo rona kaofela re tlameileng ho di toba, mme re di hlole ka nako tsohle. We draw courage and lessons from Mutata Matiba that the human spirit cannot be defeated by evil. These are the trying times of austerity measures. Doing more with less will now be the new normal, not only this year, but year after year. Every rand we spend will count. Reallocation of funds to more pressing needs will be prioritized. Sound financial management will be the norm. We reiterate our intention to obtain an unqualified audit opinion as our commitment to sound financial management. Days of financial wastage, excess, and transgressions are over. We remain thankful for the support of the Auditor General in assisting the department to achieve this. We are now implementing the audit action plans in our quest for an unqualified audit opinion. The center will lead by example. Our people deserve no less than this. Besides accountability, financial management is also about the fight against malfeasance and corruption in government. Corruption is not a victimless crime. It defers hopes and dreams of our people. It erodes trust and confidence in the provincial government. Corruption is not, it takes away from the poor all the time. The people of our province loathe corruption. Most of them always say, Ndate Premier, re ka etsa jwang hore re fedise mathata ne re kopane le ona. Re isa neneng batho bana ditronko. Jwale re tlameile ho phetha ho etsa bonnete batho ba rona ba batla ho bona batho bana ba senyang ba sa fuwe maemo a maholo ha ba sentse ba sa tloswe masepaleng ba iswa masepaleng o mong ba sa tloswe provinceng department ba iswa departmenteng e nngwe ha ba sentse ba tlameile ba tloswe ba tlameile ba lelekiswe ba tlameile ba qoswe. Re keke ra dula le batho ba sa ikemisetsang ho sebeletsa setjhaba. Re keke ra dula le batho ba sebeletsang mmuso empa ka mona ba ikentse bo rakgwebo. Ha o batla ho ba rakgwebo ya kgwebo ga o batla ho sebeletsa mmuso e ba mmuso. Re tlameile ho etsa bonnete ba hore di public servants tsa rona di a tseba role ya bona ko serve setjhaba. E mong le mong ya kenang public service o tlameile ho tseba hore o keke wa ba morui o sebeletsa setjhaba. Me ha o batla ho ba morui tsa monka di chance tsa monka kaofela tse nkuang ke batho ba kgwebo banka di risk tsa monka di risk se ka dula o khola o sanke risk ka mona e bontso etsa competition le batho banka risk ba sa tsebe hore tšhelete ya bona ya mogolo e tla tla nene Obane re etsa ntho tsena le rona re destroya di business ha re tlamelo ba patala ka nako be re sa ba patale be ntse re kopa ditie le lona bo rakgwebo fedisang o ba batho ba ratang ho etsetsa ba bang di favor ka ho ba fa ditie ba khola batho bana ha ona tie o tlamele motho a ifumane a sebeletsa mmuso ha ithekele tie ya hae.
Members of the public, please let us not.
The reason we are here as a province is
Participate.
because of the corruption which was normalized. We cannot allow this to go any further. As I said, we have reached our lowest. We cannot reach any lower. We cannot go any lower than this. You can hear that these people see the Free State as their heritage and are willing to guard it. Here and now we pledge that there shall be zero tolerance for acts of malfeasance and corruption. Neither shall cover-ups be permitted. No one will be spared in this fight. This is not just rhetoric. Our government has started cleaning the road. As we deliver this budget vote today, architects of state capture in our province are appearing before courts to answer for the sins they committed against the people of the Free State. Those who siphon public resources meant to eradicate asbestos roofs, whose toxicity kill our people on a daily basis, believe themselves to be too powerful that they never envisage that a day such as this will come when they will have to answer for their heinous crimes. Those who aided their looting jamboree and are still in government must know we are coming for them. The paupers shall dance. The vetting of all senior managers and officials responsible for financial management by the South African Security Agency is underway. This will instill professionalism, trust and integrity in those entrusted with the responsibility of managing public funds in government. We also know that if left unchecked, conflict of interest is another enabler of corruption. The department is working closely with the Public Service Commission to ensure that there is maximum compliance with financial disclosure framework. Most importantly, lifestyle audits are now compulsory for public servants, and government officials are barred from doing business with the state. We will maintain the highest standard of ethical conduct and integrity. Some of the reported cases of corruption and maladministration are now serving before the courts and others are under investigation. Honorable Speaker, this year we will bolster the provincial government security measures through implementation of innovative ways. Access control system will be installed, CCTV cameras upgraded and expanded, X-ray technology used, custom software developed, and drone technology piloted to improve physical and cyber security. Institutional risks that may hamper the attainment of our priorities are mitigated as part of our early warning risk management processes. Every year, risks are identified and risk management plan and strategies are implemented with the assistance of the Risk Management Committee. Oversight of financial reporting, internal control audits, risk management, ethics disclosures, and fraud prevention will continue to remain the responsibility of our independent shared audit committee. To successfully fulfill this responsibility, Program 1 has been allocated a total budget of 108 million for the 2023-24 financial year. Honorable Speaker, developmental state will remain a distant dream without the necessary capacity. In fact, unending service delivery protest, maladministration, and socio-economic maladies are the end products of lack of capacity. The role of Program 2 is to build the necessary institutional capacity to ensure effective, efficient, responsive, trustworthy, and accountable government. This is about creating and supporting the environment, institutions, and processes which are important for the growth and development of our province. It is only through skills development that we will be able to address challenges of unemployment, poverty, and inequality. And our investment in education is our commitment to break down the barriers of growth, to growth, development, and opportunities. To show how serious we are about education, the Free State Training and Development Institute have provided training to 2,000 officials on 119 courses, and 37 part-time bursaries were awarded to officials. Partnerships are also an important source of our education investment. Of the 50 officials enrolled for the National Diploma in Public Administration, 29 officials have obtained their qualifications through the recognition of prior learning program funded by PSETA. We work with the National School of Government to promote training to 165 interns and 350 officials on various financial and leadership programs that include citizen-centered service delivery, supply chain management, and program and project management. Currently, 115 officials have been enrolled for National Diploma in Public Administration NQF Level 6. Further, 20 officials will be registered for the Advanced Diploma in Public Administration NQ Level 7. Honorable Speaker, our bursary program continues to unlock the doors of learning for many young people to learn, grow, and thrive. This is what we are about. Internationally, we have 20 bursaries holders in universities in Portugal and 2 universities in Turkey. Locally, we are supporting 570 bursaries in institutions of higher learning. We also mobilized over 76 million from the Manufacturing, Engineering, and Related Service SETA, MERSETA, to settle the debt of 1,500 students at local TVET colleges and universities. All these initiatives form part of our contribution to the National Skills Development Plan that seeks to ensure availability of adequate and appropriate skills that contribute to our growth and development. Embedded in the National Skills Development Plan is our human resource development strategy meant to develop institutional synergies and ignite a culture of lifelong learning in government. In our last financial year, the 50-50 gender parity outcomes at senior management levels and the overall 53% of women empowerment in the department were achieved. This is a demonstration of our resolve to protect and empower women. Indeed, no walls of gender inequality will endure under our watch. Honorable Speaker, knowing that the future belongs to the youth, efforts to make the public service an employer of choice for young people continues. As of March 2023, 17% of the total workforce in the department is youth. We must improve on this. Last year, we undertook an extensive review of organizational structure to reposition the department as the effective, efficient, and excellent center of government. Necessary consultation processes are underway to finalize and implement the reconfigured structure. Functions and skills will be aligned. Professionalism and ethical conduct will be instilled. Officials will be motivated and a fulfilling organizational culture created. And this will be done in consultation with all involved. We are assisting all departments to repurpose their structures to ensure that we are a service delivery, purpose-led provincial government. Honorable Speaker, we fully embrace the new technologies and innovations as part of the enduring fourth industrial revolution wave sweeping across the globe. We'll explore the creation of a shared ICT services and infrastructure to maximize the use of technologies to improve efficiency and effectiveness. Alongside this, we will roll out the virtual private network, cloud services, and telephony system to optimize resources, processes, operations, and approaches using the transversal projects initiatives. Our legal services provision will entail rendering legal services and advice to the entire Free State provincial government. We have embarked on a 3-year process to review provincial legislation to ensure alignment with policy mandates and relevant norms and standards. We will still support the management of litigations against the provincial government, which include curbing of opportunistic legal claims. Equally, we will strengthen participatory democracy through communication. People deserve to know what their government is doing, and government needs to listen to people's experiences of democracy. That is why we are servants of the people and merchants of their hopes. Information contests in various platforms, such as the content of information in this regard, my apologies, in various platforms such as newsletters, radios, television, and social media will be driven by the needs of the communities. Therefore, a total budget of 293 million has been allocated to Program 2 to meet its institutional development obligation. Honorable Speaker, integrated planning, alignment, and coordination is an appreciation of the fact that common problems require a common approach. Not only is this a prerequisite for the whole of government, service delivery planning, budgeting and implementation, but also for desired growth and development. Program 3 will align, integrated and coordinate the activities of the 3 spheres of government and make sure that compatible and complementary development priority setting, coordination, and implementation takes place. Long-term planning and its inherent benefits to reorder the development scape of the Free State continues to be our utmost priorities. We are reviewing the Free State Growth and Development Strategy, which is embedded in the National Development Plan. This strategy articulates the province's economic, social, and political landscape knitted together in an integrated development web. Given that the strategy is a representation of the governance, of the convergence of views about the current and future development of the province, the review process will include widespread consultation with various social partners. Honorable Speaker, successful realization of objectives of the Free State Growth and Development Strategies, which entail alignment with the Economic Reconstruction and Recovery Plan and National Infrastructure Plan, is predicated on the implementation of major infrastructure projects. Our roads, railway bridges, hospitals, and schools will breathe life into our economy and development, as well as growth and the well-being of our citizens. We will turn the Free State into a construction site. Real work has begun in this regard, and a brighter future awaits. The provincial government has now registered 25 major infrastructure projects with an estimated value of 173 billion rands with Infrastructure South Africa as part of the process to develop a viable project pipeline. We will not rest until this pipeline delivers desired outcomes. We eagerly await the implementation of these roads, health, human settlements, water, and renewable energy infrastructure projects. Considering our location and the great potential it holds, we are serious when we say we want to center the Free State as the bustling hub of economic activity, growth, and development for the country. We have set in motion processes with entities that include the Central Energy Fund and Petro SA to explore how Free State can be used as the country's energy generation, logistic, and beneficiation hub. We will also host an energy security indaba to explore how we can contribute to the country's energy security, affordability, and stimulate economic growth and create desired jobs. We are strengthening our project and program management life cycle and the technical capacity in the department to oversee integrated provincial coordination of major infrastructure projects. Having multiple expertise in project planning, management, coordination, and reporting, this will propel our infrastructure investment to new heights. Honorable Speaker, implementation of district development model to enhance planning across 3 spheres continues. We have appointed political champions for each district to focus on this critical area for intergovernmental planning, coordination, and monitoring. Using the DDM approach, we will widely consult with social partners to conclude the Free State Social Compact for improved service delivery, economic growth, and development. The Social Compact is our way of saying that we are because of the people. We put their needs and interests first in a framework that deepens the provincial government's cooperation and collaboration with them. Institutions of higher learning are an integral part of the Free State landscape. We will therefore continue to work with these centers of knowledge production and drivers of growth and development. In solidifying our relationships, we will engage in conversation with students and management in this institution to share knowledge on how we can respond to growth and development priorities of the province. Honorable Speaker, in times like this, intergovernmental relations to drive integrated coordination and implementation shaped by common policy trust, shared commitments, and mutual responsibility is important. We will forge policy interlinkages across the three spheres through platforms such as the President Coordinating Council, Premiers Coordinating Forum, intergovernmental relations. Kamansuana, let's say na zeding kaofela, re nke monyetla wana o leboha Director General Officing, ke lebohe Office Chief of Staff, Officing ya ka Menono, ke lebohe mosadi wa ka ka tshehetso yohle ya mphang yona o tsena tsohle, ke lebohe kaofela, ke a leboha.
Central TV.